Yahushua is the Christ. And they all deny that he's the Christ because they still believe that Yahushua is to come for the first time. So the Muslims believe that Isa, which they call him, Yahushua, is to come for the first time when he actually, you know, they don't believe he's actually come yet. They don't believe that Yahushua that had come already was the Son of the Most High. So it says, he is an Antichrist that denies the Father and the Son. So because they deny the Father and the Son, because they believe in Allah, some made up religion, Islam, they deny the Father of the Son, they are what? Antichrist. So there are billions of Antichrists walking this planet today, not just one or two, billions. And there's a power structure between them in terms of who is where within their organization. But there are billions of them. You've got billions of people that are Antichrist. They don't even know that they're worshipping the Antichrist, that they are the Antichrist. Because they've been told by their preachers and that for instance, the Catholic Church, oh, that is Yahushua, where it's not. And then the Muslim preachers are telling their followers that, oh, Yahushua hasn't come yet. That man that came 2,000 years ago was just a prophet. He's not the Son of the Most High. So they're all gonna be judged and punished. Some to death, some to enslavement. But they're all gonna face the judgment seat because they all are the Antichrist. So there is not one Antichrist, there is billions of Antichrists walking the planet today. So we're gonna go to 2 John. 2 John verse 1. 2 John chapter 1 verse 7. For many deceivers are entered into the world. What was I just saying to you? These preachers, these priests, these Catholic organizations, Islam, these are different preachers that have come into the world. So for many, these are different deceivers that have come into the world. So it says, for many deceivers that entered into the world, who confess not that Yahushua is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an Antichrist. So what did I just gave you a case for this before I even got to the scripture. I just said to you that why we will consider Muslims who are worshipping Islam, Buddha, that are worshipping Chinese people that worship Buddhas, the Catholic organization that worships that image of the beast, Cesare Borgia, yeah, and that are proclaiming that, yeah, that was the Son of the Most High, where he is not, yeah. Then you've got all those different black Christian denomination churches that also have that white image of Yahushua in their churches, praying to it. So when they close their eyes and they're praying, that's the image that comes into their mind. An image of a paedophile, a person who committed incest with his own sister. That's who they're worshipping. So the scripture says, and I always say that anything I tell you, I'm going to back it up by the scripture. And it's going to be as plain as day. So 2 John chapter 1, there's only one chapter in 2 John, verse 7. Listen very carefully again from the top. For many deceivers are entered into the world. Many, just like I said, yeah, who confess not that Yahushua, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an Antichrist. So please understand, we're talking about billions upon billions of people walking the planet today that are considered the Antichrist according to the Holy Scriptures. Why? Because they do not confess that Yahushua had come in the flesh, which he did 2,000 years ago when he died on the cross. 2, that he is the Son of the Most High. 3, that he went back to the Most High. And 4, that he's coming back a second time to bring judgment to all the nations that were involved in enslaving the Israelites, the apple of the eye of the Most High, yeah, who were involved in that enslavement and punishment of those people, and also who were involved in the destruction of the earth and the wickedness that they portrayed against the peoples on the earth. against the poor of the earth. So when Yahushua comes back, he's coming back to bring judgment. First to his own house. As we all know, we always say, clean up your own house before you talk about someone else's. Yahushua has come to clean up his own house first. So the house of Israel, the Israelites, we, our people that make up the 12 tribes, are going to receive judgment first. Swiftly. Once we've received our judgment, then the 1/3 and 144,000 are going to bring judgment to the other nations according to the scriptures. So with Yahushua and the angels, the 144,000, the elect, are going to bring judgment to all the other nations. So to Esau, the Edomites, and his compatriots, to the Hamites, to the Ishmaelites, to the Ammonites, to the Moabites. So all these different nations that exist around the world, I'm talking about their biblical names, are going to be brought judgment to, according to the scriptures. Because these people are what? They're the Antichrist. Whether you want to believe me or not, this is what the scripture says. For many deceivers are entered into the world, many who confess not that Yahushua has come in the flesh. Because we know and we believe that Yahushua had come in the flesh, that he's the Son of the Most High, that he died for the sins of Israel and the Israelites, not the world, for the Israelites, and that we are under punishment at the moment for turning away from the Most High's laws, commandments and statutes. And then when that judgment comes, when Yahushua returns with the angels in their chariots and 144,000, he's coming to do what? He's coming to bring redemption, salvation to the 1/3, and judgment to the 2/3 of Israelites, our people, and judgment to the other nations. More so to Esau, the Edomites, is going to receive the ultimate judgment because he is at the top of the pile. So let's go to James. Go to 1 James. James chapter 1. We'll go to James chapter 1. Where are we? James chapter 1 verse 12. So, I lost you there for a minute. James chapter 1, verse that one. James chapter 1, verse 12. Yeah, so listen very carefully. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahushua has promised to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil. Do you understand this? Neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away with his own lust and enticed. Then when lust has conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth what? Death. So that is self-explanatory. Yeah? We're going to go to James chapter 2. James chapter 2 verse 19. Yeah, so the book of James chapter 2 verse 19. It says, thou believest that there is one Most High. Yeah, one power, one Most High. We're not into this, what these other churches are telling you, respect this religion, respect that religion, respect this religion, right now. There's thousands and thousands of religions out there. And if the religion of Scientology doesn't make it clearer that this is what people do, they just one day get up and say, we're going to start up a new religion and we call it Scientology. Because if this bullshit was to go on for another 500 years, which is not, but I'm just saying, if it was to go on for another 500 years, this society, this demonic rule and this satanism, then in 500 years, Scientology would be looked upon like Islam. You'd have they'd have statues of Tom Cruise and all the people that were first involved in the religion of Scientology, and then they will be, in 500 years' time, they'd be worshipping them as prophets, you know, or apostles and this and that, whatever they want to call them, because that's all they do. They create something out of nothing, invite a few people to be part of it, and then little by little it spreads until they've got enough people for them to consult, say, well, this is a new religion. So, Islam is no different from Scientology. The Catholic Church, during 600 AD, put it together when it was working with Khadijah and Muhammad, who was married to Khadira, and she was being sponsored by the Catholic Church. And she sponsored Muhammad to spread this religion of Islam throughout all the world. And then, you know, when you look in the Quran, you just got to go to one verse. One verse. Yeah? Surah 122. Yeah? S-U-R-A-H. Surah 122. Yeah? Where it tells you that the children of Israel, the Israelites, are the chosen one, are above all other nations upon the planet. It didn't say the children of Islam, of Muhammad, are the chosen one above all other children of Muhammad. In their own book, that was created by the Catholic Church, because remember, Muhammad couldn't read or write. He was illiterate. Right? So, in the own book that they created for him to go and publish, because the Quran wasn't written until after Muhammad died. Let's just get that straight as well. Yeah? So, in their own book that talks about Islam and Allah and all of that bullshit, it tells you that the children of Israel are the chosen one and above all other nations upon this planet Earth. That's on Surah 122. Surah 122 in the Quran. Yeah? Look up yourself. Like I said, if I'm dealing with you, it's going to be facts. So, it says, this is James chapter 2, verse 19. It says, thou believest that there is one most high, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So when it says the devils, you know what this word devil means, the slanderous people, deception. The word devil comes from the Latin word diabolos, which means to deceive, to slander, deception. Yeah? So it says the devils, those that are involved in slander, deception, yeah, and deceiving people, also believe and tremble. And this is why I say to you that the elites are not stupid. Yeah, the elites, the Edomites, yeah, who control the world, the elites of the Edomites are not stupid. They understand these scriptures very well, and they know, because when it says there, thou believest that there is one most high, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So the white man also believes and tremble, even though he'll get his minors, his minnows, to continue proclaiming the Antichrist and pushing it and everything to do with against Yahweh Shai and the Most High and the Son, who he is, who he's come to save, what prophecies are out there. Even though he's promoting that, believe me, the elites, the one that's at the top of the trees, they believe, just like the scripture says, and they tremble because they know that their judgment is coming. And I'll say this time and time again, the average white man, the average Edomite walking the street today, yeah, and the average person, yeah, does not have an inkling. That goes to my own people, the average Jake, the average Israelite, the average Hamite, the average Moabite, Ammonite, don't have an inkling of what's going on. But their elite leaders, so the elites of the Japanese, of the Chinese, of the Asians, of the Africans, of the Arabs, all the elites of those people understand